Huh?
Roger 9000.
Roger 9000 then.
Let's go with that.
That's good. All right, are we ready? Let us know when we start. We're live?
We're live.
Oh, well, we got to get going then. Hodl, hodl, hodl. Save, build, build, sound money. Guys, we're just back from San Felipe, and we just had a great little after party, I guess, at the rest at San Felipe. We had Giacomo and Mir were there, along with these two guys and a bunch of other guys too. Juan Galt was there. We had I just took Neil across the border too, and these guys are going to hang out. And you're hanging out till
I'm hanging out
till bit block. We got to get your stuff tomorrow at
24.
You got stuff at Tijuana Airport that they're still holding on to, I guess, huh? So we're going to go get that tomorrow, and then we've got Frederick here. We just wanted to come back and do a special show. I wanted to especially pay tribute to the Bitcoin standard bearers of 2020, and they were hands down the BitMEX 4 guys, and they are, of course, Arthur Hayes, Ben Dalo, Samuel Reed, and Greg Dwyer, and they're all back here, guys. We got likenesses of them back here. They could not appear because they're a tight legal situation right now. But I wanted to emphasize why these guys, I know they're not like a Michael Saylor, which is that's really, he'd be a good candidate for 2021, but you got to remember what was going on in 2020. These guys were really the frontline soldiers in 2020. They're all under indictment now. I wrote about it some time ago. Do you want to pull that article for us, Eddie? And I'm kind of the guy in control of who are the Bitcoin standard bearers, and I really want to pass this job off. And I think that will be accomplished here within the next year or years ahead, I hope. But I really put these four guys in the same category as Julian Assange and Ed Snowden. And if you can hold it right there, scroll up a little bit, and let me explain why, guys. These guys are really have taken a stand. They are basically have exposed the property crimes of our government. Of course, Julian Assange has exposed the war crimes of our government, and Ed Snowden the surveillance crimes. Guys, if you expose criminal activity of the United States government, you're going to come under indictment. They're going to do everything they can to shut you up and silence you. These guys do not now. Julian Assange and Ed Snowden need our financial support. Yeah. These four guys are unique because they don't really need our support. They need our moral support. And I'm here I'm their champion, and I'm kind of all by myself because I understand there's a lot of people. Look, if you trade it on their exchange, you're the one that should be indicted and not them, because it's your laws. You've allowed it to happen. You tried to deceive somebody that was providing a great platform, and it really shouldn't be up to an exchange to do compliance. And but the way they did it is if you're a United States citizen and they found out about it, they shut down your account. I had a couple accounts shut down, and one of them, it wasn't even me, it was my wife, and we logged in from the United States. So it's really the crime here is by the United States government. The CFTC, I saw that one coming, because what happened is these four guys, really, they built an exchange that was far superior to any of the commodity futures markets in the United States. And of course, the CFTC is thoroughly controlled by the industry itself. And so the industry used that as a punishing mechanism. But I'm sure that the criminal indictment was, I think, basically the responsibility or was caused by the central bankers. Guys, if you can't see that the United States government is criminal in all of its doings right now as we exit cabal, and we see the huge amount of damage and heartbreak that we've done, and we did it first in Iraq and now in Afghanistan, and we were there 20 years for what? For what? It's a disgusting, and you people that defend this military industrial complex, shame on you. Shame on you. You shouldn't be called Americans. You're all traitors. You're traitors. If you support that kind of behavior internationally, that is nothing that any American should have anything to do with. We have no business in other people's business. And for the banks to support this stuff through inflation, through a military industrial complex, if you have anything to do with it, shame on you. Shame on you.
I mean,
I'll leave it at that. Things are going to be heating up. They have to heat up. We are in a danger zone. We have you may not be able to take the United States back, but you need to at least lay claim to yourself. If you're sitting there and you have a house and a retirement account in the United States right now, you're a sitting duck and a fool.
It's always disguised though, ugly. Like, I mean, as a citizen, you're exposed to the media, you're exposed to education, you're exposed to all the mediocrity, you know, that gets thrown upon you by government. And it's really hard to step out of that matrix. I mean, that's,
if BitMEX could be shut down, it would have been shut down by now. So that's the strength of it. And it's the only exchange is Bitcoin only. You can trade the shit coins without owning them. They introduced all kinds of innovative socialized losses. The idea of being paid to be a market maker and tax for being a taker.
Fully collateralized.
You know, and
Bitcoin only.
People, when 90% of the traders don't know what they're doing. They go into a professional exchange market, they get beat. And when they get beat, they blame the exchange when it's their own fault. And you know what? You shouldn't be playing the game if you don't understand the rules, you know, or if you don't understand what you're doing. But the platform that BitMEX created was absolutely brilliant. You know, it's Bitcoin alone. And it was the most advanced system that has ever been developed. Now, I think there's some really good competitors. I think Bybit's doing a pretty good job. And I think there's other ones that are coming along here. And I'm for the competition, but these guys are under indictment because of what they did, because they just ate the lunches of the regulated exchanges. And they I mean, Arthur Hayes is a bit cocky, so that didn't help anything. But these guys, they need our support morally. We need to, and hopefully they'll win this battle. They don't need your Bitcoin. We don't need to do a fundraiser for them, but they need to know that you know we got to watch each other's backs, guys. What's going to be happening in the next 5 and 10 years is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be pleasant. And you're going to have to be strong. And if you're not strong, you know, you better start working out so you get stronger. You don't want to be a marshmallow in prison.
I would argue that they've won to an extent. They haven't been, like you say, they haven't been shut down.
They haven't been shut down.
They're still, you know.
Well, they were, because they're Bitcoiners. You know, Arthur Hayes did self-surrender, but with the condition that he can go back to his home in Singapore and he'll show up for all the court dates. I do hope that they fight this thing tooth and nail, because I don't think there's a case there. I think the indictment is against the United States government. I think the indictment is against, if you've traded on their exchange and you're a U.S. citizen, you knew you're a U.S. citizen, and you had to use a VPN or do something. You need to change your laws.
Yeah.
You need to you're the one that should be indicted, not the guys that provided you the service.
100%.
And
it's responsibility is of the individual, right? I mean, you don't just hope and pray that some government's going to swoop in and save you.
And I'm a traitor, guys. I happen to know. I challenge anybody that say, "Oh, well, they cheated." No, I have not seen one instance where that has happened. I traded on that exchange enough. I never had an order jump. And the reason I know that is many times I get a partial fill, and I always was the first one to get filled if it came back to that price. And so I know there was no jumping of orders. Yeah, they traded, but that's fine. It's the best exchange, and Arthur Aid's a good trader. Why shouldn't he be able to use it? You have other exchanges that actually are making a market. They're not. That's an exchange market. You've never seen a tighter spread than what you see with BitMEX. It's an extremely tight spread, and it has the volume. So these guys deserve. You may not like them. You might even be a competitor of them, but they deserve our support because they are fighting a front line battle that needs to be fought. And that's why they're up here. That's why I've got them honored. All four of them, in my mind, are great men that are in the same category as Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, because what they really are defending is property crimes. It's really a property crime thing. There's no reason, just because you're a United States citizen and you trade on an exchange, that I should be now under your jurisdiction as a foreign power. The only reason you can do that is because you got the guns to enforce it. And you know what? We need to be a shining example. And you're not a shining example when you're waving guns in front of people's faces. I mean, you teach by example. You don't teach by using force. And this is what Bitcoin is all about.
That's Bitcoin taking away the use of force. That's literally Bitcoin.
It is taking away the use of this force that's being used. And these guys, because of Bitcoin, they are able to defend themselves. Look, I know that there is no such thing as bond anymore in the United States, at least perhaps in a few states, but not on the federal level. Once you're indicted by the feds, you do not have bond. You have to prove that you're, first of all, not a flight risk and you're not a danger to the community. And you know what? All you got to do is have an ex-wife get up there and say you're a danger and you ain't going anywhere. So, that you're a flight risk, and you're not going, and you might flee because I had a resident car. They said, no, he might leave. So you have a resident car, you can't, there's no bond, guys, in the United States. No bond, there's no bail in the United States anymore. So anyway, I just want to do the show briefly because these are my heroes. We had a great conference, guys.
Incredible.
It was Eddie. I can't say more. I can't. Eddie's a real soldier. He should be sitting right here, right next to me. But yeah.
Where'd he go?
Eddie was everywhere. I know.
I was everywhere.
Yeah.
Up and down running.
Because we were picking people at the airport and delivering them and doing all kinds of things. What do you think? What was the best part of the conference?
Oh, the dancing at the end there, man.
You like the
huddle. Man, we got to put something together. I want to put something together.
Well, we'll do that. We have everything recorded. We're gonna start editing it. Ernesto's too busy, so he's gonna give it to us. So hopefully the four of us will start editing.
We can edit that one. No worries. No worries.
And I don't say these guys have been great.
Amazing panels, amazing panelists. Just
you were helping Eddie out a lot, right? Frederick was out there keeping him awake, picking up people, and And then we had this thing called the adventure tour.
We made it. We made it.
We had this adventure tour. What do you guys think of driving these cars?
Oh, that was awesome.
Insane.
That was insane. Yeah.
Insane.
All right. See, until you do it, you can't believe it.
Well, exactly.
You really can't believe that you can actually do that. Those cars, aren't they amazing? What they
Oh
can do?
man.
We have to do that again.
So
100%.
I just want to get the show on here because I want to give credit to these four guys. I'm coming out, I'm going to fight for them. Join me if you feel like it. They just need to know that we're here for you guys. We are in your camp. What's being done here is wrong, really wrong. What you've done was right, really right. Guys, I'm an experienced trader. I was a commodity futures broker before there was a CFTC. So I know what they have done. I know what they've accomplished. I know that that was the best exchange and it's still I use it today. I still use it. It's still an excellent exchange. And it was a model that just put the establishment to shame in every way. And it's a model that we need to follow in the future too. So you know what? It's going to be really rough. I've got a target on my back because I'm publicly a Bitcoiner. If if you're not a target, stay that way because we need you guys. We need you guys to be those of us that are stepping out and willing to say, yeah, we're a Bitcoiner. Yeah, Bitcoin gives you freedom. Yes, Bitcoin will actually it will give us a monetary transition out of this crisis that we're in. And these are created crisis, guys. Yeah. Inflation is a created crisis.
100%.
This COVID thing is a created crisis.
100%. 100%.
Afghanistan was a created crisis, and
the Taliban's just come in and started to change laws, accepting crypto.
Except crypto. Well, I guess we're all terrorists now. Huh?
We're all terrorists now, man. Absolutely. You go against the U.S. government, you're a terrorist. Whether you got white hair, black hair, or you're in Afghanistan.
Well, you know what? I love my country and I love our Constitution, but I despise our government.
That's it.
And anybody, you should be ashamed. We're all ashamed of our government right now. Yeah. But we should have never been in there. And, Ron Paul opposed it.
Yep.
Every step of the way, both in Iraq and Afghanistan.
They lie, they cheat, they do whatever they can to get what everyone wants, which is power, right?
Yeah.
And Bitcoin literally opposes that. Bitcoin is literally a truth machine, and truth equals trust, and trust equals love. And all of those things come together under Bitcoin, and inclusive of a Bitcoin standard, which is where this is all going, and which is what these four guys are all about as well.
Yeah. So this is going to be a really good legal battle, and I support them 100%.
Yeah.
And I just keep up the good fight, guys. Support these guys. All four of them deserve our support. And, I've been through it. I know what they're going through, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
And we had some good conversations about that on because we had like Bitcoin mechanic is no, bring it on. No, you don't. And Jimmy Song says, no, you don't want that. It's not fun being oppressed. It's not fun being persecuted. But in their early Christian days, they were fed to the lions. Well, it's not fun being fed to the lions and, watching yourself getting eaten by a lion or your friends. Yeah. And then they actually had a problem with that too, because the people that I understand people that don't have that kind of bravery to stand up and be a martyr. So once everything was passed, how do you bring back those people that, denied the faith, you might say, in order to survive? Well, you know what, guys, I'm not saying that you have to stand up, because that's not for everybody.
No.
we have soldiers out there,
We have.
and soldiers like Bendalo and Arthur
And these
Hayes.
guys.
That's why they deserve our support,
Ye-
because they're the frontline soldiers
Exactly.
and they need your support.
Exactly.
Okay. They frontline soldiers need our support, just like they need. I mean, these poor guys that lost their limbs. What did they die? What did they give their life for? I mean,
It's tragic.
It's tragic. And now
And
we're going up. So, well, we never went in there to be a nation builder. Bull crap. We went in there to change their culture, change everything,
Of
and try
course.
and make it a little America.
It's all part of the business, the war propaganda machine that keeps them, it keeps the US government floating, doesn't
You
it?
change people's hearts and minds, and that's what makes the changes.
Yep.
And that's what, Martin Luther, he said, you know what, those statues, those idols will come down once you change the hearts and the minds. And that's what the shining light of America used to be.
It did.
We just set the example, and everybody wanted to be a part of it. But it's not
It's a
that we
shame.
force it down your throat. It's that we're here setting an example.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
This is what Bitcoin
is.
is about.
Absolutely.
We had people from all over. You're from Australia, you're from Sweden, and they're
Yeah.
all over the world coming around here. And
100%.
there's atheists, and there's
Christian.
Christians,
There's
and there's
we're all there.
Hindus, and there's Muslims,
We're all in.
we have one common thing. We all
100%.
want sound money. We all want honest money.
We want
to be
truth.
honest with each other. So there's huge differences in the Bitcoin community, but we can have a discussion. That's what's so beautiful about it.
It's completely peaceful revolution. It's inclusive.
It's inclusive.
No one is excluded. And that is the root. That's the hallmark of freedom.
Yeah.
When you include everybody, everyone's got a voice. And Bitcoin is speech with it's uncensored speech.
It is
It's
uncensored speech.
completely uncontrolled speech.
So,
and that's what
All right, guys, it was a great conference. I had, it was it was everything that I was hoping that would be. I
Yeah, it was
didn't know
awesome.
if it was, well, it became obvious it wasn't going to be a financial success, but I knew it was going to be a success as long as we had that content, and as long as we kept focused, and these guys carried it, and we've learned they want to do it again.
100%. Man,
So
it's
it's not going to be just me this next time. All I did is I knew we could do this. I just wanted to kind of sell the vision.
And you know what? Speaking of Tone and Jimmy and the guys that do conferences all the time, they said this conference is the best conference they've been to in years, because it's
Yes.
it's smaller. It's about people who come together, who have ideas, who want to work, who want to build, who believe in Bitcoin. You go to, Bitcoin 2021, and it's
I met you there for the first time.
I met you
remember?
there, man. I met you there, and I'm so glad I did. But I'd seen you a few times, and I knew I've got to meet this guy. And randomly, I wanted to meet one. I wanted to meet Adam Meister. I wanted to meet those dudes. And it was such a shit fight.
Adam Meister was there. I was on there for a few hours, but
and it was so hard to meet
it
anyone.
was hard to meet anybody.
And Bitcoiners, Tone wasn't even invited to speak.
No, he was not.
So you could say effectively Bitcoin 2021 was not a Bitcoin conference.
No, it was they were shilling.
Why weren't you invited to speak?
I'm
it's all about the small conferences. It really is.
No, I think it is. It is. And
I mean, it's got to build, and it's going to build, but yeah, you need to have those.
And
small...
I'm excited because I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go. I mean, I've done my trading thing, and now this year I'm building the conference.
Jade.
I got all these jades. That's what I'm going to be doing. I got to do that today. But the immediate thing we got to do is edit what we've got it all on. We got it all recorded, so we need to break it up and get it out there. So guys, I just want to, let you know that we're going to be doing that. Hopefully we'll get some out over the weekend, and because it was really a great conference. And so we'll break it down into all the panels, we'll do things a little bit differently. I got some really good credit. We changed one of the panels as we went because they wanted to do one on COVID. So I said, go for it, man.
Hey,
And that's what we did. We shortened the sessions I had them at 75 minutes. We put them down to 60. And
that's flexibility.
yeah.
That's what the audience want. That's what I would think.
And it was,
I mean,
and it was the fellowship more than anything.
it's the community that brings out the people, and that community is what gives a sense of love. It's all about, and I know Max Kaiser bangs on about this, but love is people are attracted to love, man. It's
are.
big stuff, and you can feel it from the truth and from the trust and from the love.
I was really was honored that Knut came down early. So I had a whole day together and we just had a blast because, I'm a Christian, and he kind of said, I've never met anybody like you because I'm a Christian like you that I can discuss things with. I said, well, I get along better. I don't get along very well with the Christians. I get along with the heathen a lot better than I do the Christians because most of them understand Christianity better than Christians do. That's my view. And Christians tend to want to bring all this other stuff in rather than this, stick with the faith and what Christianity is really about. But yeah, it is inclusive. Bitcoin is inclusive. It really does. It really is. And it transcends, it's inclusive.
It's inclusive.
Yeah.
It's 100%. It works for you no matter who you are, where you come from.
It's forgiving. As long as you keep your hodl, that hodl just keeps bailing you out. And so that's what it boils down to. So at any rate, I just this show is mainly just dedicated to Arthur Hayes, Ben Dalo, Greg Dwyer, and Samuel Reed. Because guys, we love you. We know that you're under a lot of pressure right now. You've got my support. I want to see the Bitcoin community get behind this thing, and particularly behind these guys. This is a fight that, you know what? They're the soldiers. This is a fight. They're great soldiers, and you know what? We have a good chance of winning. And I want to encourage them. I encourage them. Don't take the plea. Go for it, man. And let's see what we can do here, because I don't think there's much. I've read that indictment, and there's just really not much to it, and at all. And the real problem was, if anybody should be prosecuted, it should be all the United States citizens that they wanted to trade on the best exchange, so they did whatever they had to do to say, well, no, I'm not a U.S. citizen, and then once you're found out, you're going to lose your account. You're going to lose any affiliate rewards that you might have. I lost all of my affiliate rewards, that's what happens. And so I still, like I say, the goat lady can trade on BitMEX. I can't. But that's the way we have to do it. So guys, anyway, we had a great conference. I thank all of you guys that came. I really want to thank Jimmy Song and Tone Vase and Knut and Giacomo Zucco. And then we had just everybody there just did a great job. I think the hardest job was probably being a moderator, and I think Bitcoin motorist and Juan Galt did a super job. And Tone took control of a lot of it. He's so experienced.
He moderated.
He's just so experienced, and he is a street fighter. 100%. And can adjust to just about any situation. And the thing, guys, I work circles around most people half my age, but not around Jimmy Song or Tone
Yeah.
Vase. Those are two guys I can't keep up with.
They're
So
like chalk and cheese, but they're as hard as nails.
oh, they
Absolutely.
are hard as nails, and
Hard as
they
nails.
are, they are active, and
Yep.
I mean, how they do it all.
Yep.
It's always fascinating to me to watch Tone in action because he's like a walking one man band.
Secular, very secular, and yeah, I mean, absolute legend. Too.
All right, well, guys, we're gonna go. I got to get home to the goat lady. We just got back, and so I'm going to be trying to work real hard with her and take her to the next level. She actually took Giacomo's full node class. We've got these jades here, which I'm going to try and teach myself, and probably I'm going to just change my focus and be teaching more and having more things down here. And I mean, I need you guys' input too, because what can we do? I think the jade is one. I'm going to see how
Education.
if I learn this jade and maybe we'll work with
Education. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
I want to see how this jade wallet works. I mean, right now I use Tracer. Tracer is easy, but I understand this jade actually has a camera on it, so you
Yep.
can
Scan
Yeah.
QR codes. Yeah.
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 So it's a bargain. If it's half of what it says it can be, you learn to use it. I think it can really. Well, it's something This is something that we can do. I'm not the back end guys. These guys that
Yeah.
understand Bitcoin, I understand the economics, but something like teaching how to use a Jade wallet, I think I'm up for, and I'm just gonna have to learn it myself so I can teach it. So,
Yep.
any rate, thanks for tuning in. Hey, if you missed it, you missed it. It was a great conference.
Come next year.
Come next
It was
year,
wicked.
and we're
100%.
gonna do it when we know what we're gonna do and what we're not doing. A couple of things we're not gonna do next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to LCA. We're going to stay at Lucerne and the horse. They love the horsepower ranch. Horsepower ranch is really super.
Even though the internet was kind of shitty, I mean, it's a little bit better, more country, more countryside.
It was
more natural. Right?
it was really homegrown stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Arthur Hayes, Ben Dalo, Samuel Reed, Greg Dwyer, our heart and minds are with you. You fight the hard fight. We're going to be watching everything that you do, and we're going to be in your corner. Yeah, you may not win. That's some of the risk, and you know that, but hopefully you do. You guys are pretty darn good players, and so far they've played a pretty darn good game. Because anybody else would be shut down, and you know what? Everybody respects them. The exchanges, they didn't like them, but they are respected. The bankers don't like them, but they're respected. Who's it? Norio Rubini, I think that's his name, or Nobel laureate. He hates Arthur Hayes, but you can't help but respect Arthur because Arthur knows the game. And yeah, maybe he's a little young and a little cocky, but you got to be a little, that's when you're young, you got to be a little cocky if you know what you're doing. And Arthur, you know what you're doing. I mean, I see it. I know what you did. I appreciate it. I know what you did. What you did is not easy. And it was truly revolutionary. It was truly something new that you brought into the marketplace for our benefit. And for people don't understand how bad it was before these innovations came in. You could lose far more than what you ever put up at an exchange. And you had these, we used to have days when you have these days where this volume is overwhelmed. No matter how big that platform is, it can't handle when everybody's when the panic hits the market.
Yeah.
But we literally had days where we did not get fills until just before the market opened the next day. So you didn't even know where you stood. And And you could lose far more than you. I mean, I remember getting margin calls that it took me a few weeks to make good on.
Get over.
And it's a whole different ball game. They really made it a very, you don't appreciate it.
If you don't,
I appreciate it because I know what it was like before time.
Yep.
And so most people don't, and even I've seen some of the largest who know better, they got blown out of the market. And then rather than admit publicly or personally that I blew it, they blame the exchange. Well, it was the exchange. They can't handle our business or something like that. And it's not. What happens is you mismanage funds. And you miss, you know what? You don't manage those funds. There's only one fatal mistake you can make in trading, and that's mismanagement. Risk management. That's the money management. Yeah. If you master that, you'll do just fine.
Four rules.
Yeah.
Risk management.
Management. That's it.
And risk management.
Because it's you violate it once and you're toast.
And these guys made it so that Bitcoin was
the standard,
and
it is a standard. Bitcoin is a standard on their exchange. It's the only way you can trade. You don't put up dollars. They don't mess with
personal responsibility.
They have set the direction where we need to go. Now, I would like to hopefully see in this coming year, we'll see other assets that are that you are collateralized that you can trade with Bitcoin. That's going to be in my mind, the future. And the other future is not these institutions buying Bitcoin, not banking the unbanked, but all the entrepreneurs out there that don't have Bitcoin. And we need to educate them so that they know how to use.
They understand Bitcoin.
Yeah, understand Bitcoin.
The value.
So it's their treasury. It's not everything. I mean,
and that's part of the Bitcoin standard.
That's part of the Bitcoin standard enabled this conference. The Bitcoin standard enabled this studio. The Bitcoin standard enabled your accommodations tonight. I mean, what can I say?
It's pretty good stuff.
That's where we can, and that's where we have to go with this thing. And we can do it. It's not going to be easy.
But I just want to say one thing. Adam Meister always says it. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture, right?
Exactly.
And that's what these guys have installed.
That's good. I like Adam Meister's got a good heart.
He's on the money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's in motion.
Oh yeah.
I love that dude.
I've been on a show. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I should have invited him to come.
It would have been great. He wasn't up for Mexico. I actually asked him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he wasn't up for Mexico.
Okay. Well, I get it. And a lot of people aren't.
But it would be great. He'd be a perfect addition to
There's a lot of
the
people that that
need to be
missed. In fact, I should have had more of our members that have proven themselves but we'll do it. We'll just keep going with this thing. I've got to make it a financial success. You can't do it.
It's coming.
A loss all the time, but
it's coming.
Yeah, it'll come. It comes. So
Bitcoin,
you build it, they come. Yeah.
It keeps giving back.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're going to get busy and we'll probably do a show sometime tomorrow. And thank everybody who came. Thank everybody for the enthusiasm we had. For some reason, I was just stagnant. I couldn't get over 12,000 followers. And all of a sudden, I haven't tweeted or done anything. Now I'm over 12,000. Now I got 12,100. So
Ugly's blown up.
I'm just going to go to a new level here, but it got nothing to do with me. Everybody else was tweeting out what was going on, and it was
it's good to see. Awesome. It's well deserved, man.
So
that's where it's at.
And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of hard work. Eddie, you're a soldier. Eddie should be sitting here, but he's a soldier. Everybody, I mean, everybody knows who you are, Eddie.
Get in here, man.
Everybody knows who. Everybody knows who Ernesto is. Ernesto did a great job, guys. We're going to get some really good videos out of this. And then we got, of course, we have Christina, who was the event manager, And I mean, it was chaos. I got to settle up with
Christina
everybody.
was great. Yeah.
But these guys, they all just came up. Don't worry about it, ugly. We'll take care of you. We'll figure it all out when it's all over. So I'm back for a few days. I got to figure it out tomorrow.
Abigail.
I don't have my Mexican cell phones dead for some reason. The bill, I think it was on my Capital One card and they canceled that. So I don't have all my phones back yet. But guys, thanks for coming. Thank you, all of you that came. Thank you for all of you panelists for what you did, because you just did a tremendous job at every step of the way. And it wasn't my conference, it was yours. This is just a vision. It's a bit. I can't believe that we even got that domain, Bitcoin Standard Conference. Who'd have thought that domain would be
perfect?
Next year is what? Bitcoin Woodstock?
I do have that Bitcoin. No, because we don't want it that big. We've decided the small conference is the best conference.
What conferences are the best?
I think we get it 200 people. That's it. And I know BitBlock Boom is that way. And I guess it started out that way. The first year they didn't do much, but now they're sold out, and it's going to be a small conference and all the right people and everybody. You're going to BitBlock Boom, right?
I'm heading there.
All right. So
watch out.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah, look out. It's in Dallas. Okay. So and a lot of people are going to Texas.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I think Bitcoin Mechanic, he might be going to Texas.
Texas.
You gotta look at Mexico, but
Miami.
It's a big step to come to Mexico. It really is. If you're used to the United States and you're used to all the comforts.
Sure.
But I think things are going to change down here. I think it's get less comfortable in the United States and more comfortable down here.
Gotta check it out down here, man. Ensenada, San Felipe.
You can live very well, and the people are wonderful.
Beautiful.
And
beautiful. And really cheap. But just great quality.
Aaron headed
lovely
down. He's going to go down and swim with the whale sharks.
Hey,
we'll probably go down there this weekend too. I got to catch up on my work, but then I might head down there for to next week. We might go down there to Baja de Los Angeles.
Baja de Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful down there. It's very primitive. If you're not, it's not much more primitive than San Felipe.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Well, San Felipe is not primitive. That was very nice. It was very, it was. What a great day at the beach yesterday.
Oh, gorgeous, man, gorgeous. I got so much footage.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna
see you next week.
We'll be getting all this stuff out to you very soon, because it's really good content, and I didn't have a whole lot to do with it. I was just there.
Hodl.
Save.
Build.
And sound money. We got to get sound money back, guys. Sound money is what if we want to keep civilization, and I don't want to,
that's how
I don't want to go back to barter, and I don't want a primitive society down
That's how serious it is. That's how serious it is.
And you know what? I need to go down there to San Salvador, because I'm hoping it might be the new Hong Kong.
Oh, you said you were going to go.
I need to go down there. I want to go down there.
Yep.
So, because I want to see the model. What they're,
I reckon
I don't think I'm going to, because Europe's really oppressive right now. Everybody's telling me don't do it.
Okay.
So I might just go to Dubai, and that's it. We'll see. That's one of the projects I have to do too. Well, they just say traveling in Europe it's too complicated, and they don't want you, and so, well, every day. Oh, yeah. Oh no, I'm in trouble at home too. I got to get there now. So, but all right. We'll see you. Ernesto's going to be here in the morning, so we'll see you. Bye.